Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing a review for episode 4, season 5 of The Walking Dead, Slabtown. So yeah, before I begin on the actual review though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, I think that was a bit more than 10 seconds, but whatever. For those who have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So Slabtown, what did I think of it? As usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rates. So basically, this episode focuses a lot around Beth and what happened to her after she was kidnapped with Daryl. So basically, what happened to her is that she ends up in this hospital right by Atlanta, or right near Atlanta, or right in Atlanta, somewhere around there. And she is supposedly rescued, better said, kidnapped, by this group. And basically, since she has been rescued, now she is in debt to the group, for saving them and whatnot, and she cannot leave till she repays her debt. Thing is that she'll never be able to repay the debt because she needs to eat, she needs to do stuff, and they even charge her for her sleep. Now, how does she pay up for her debt? By doing service to the group. So yeah, basically you get the introduction of Noah, played by Tyler James Williams, who is basically from Everybody Hates Chris, I believe. So yeah, it's a pretty cool episode. Really Beth oriented. You have Beth, and she's basically like, I guess, mentored, or she's in debt to Dr. Edwards, Stephen Edwards, who's the doctor of the place, and he's basically the nicest guy throughout this whole group, because everybody else is either trying to abuse Beth sexually, or trying to abuse her mentally or physically or whatever. They're trying to abuse Beth, nevertheless. So everybody except for Noah and Stevens, or Dr. Edwards Stevens, or whatever, Stephen Edwards, whatever, is trying to, everybody except for those two people, okay, aside from Noah and aside from the doctor, everybody else in the group is trying to abuse Beth. And it's just pretty interesting in a way. And you can tell that Beth doesn't really give a shit anymore as to who she harms at this point, as long as she could save the people she wants to save, which in this case is the doctor and Noah. If she could just leave with the people she wants, I think she's good, and that's basically her thought process at this point. So basically, her and Noah hatch an escape plan. She kills one of the police officers that was trying to sexually assault her. She smashes his head with a glass and then leaves him for bait for a zombie, or a reanimated person that just turned into a zombie. She committed suicide, so yeah. Another person, not Beth. Another person commits suicide. They turn. She smashes a glass against this one person called Gorman, who was sexually assaulting the Beth, and he dies because the zombie bit him. So yeah, Beth and Noah decide to escape. Noah manages to escape, so now Beth is stuck in the hospital. Now at the end of the episode, I think one of the biggest ball drops of the show thus far, or one of the biggest, is that Carol appears at the end of the episode as one of the rescued or kidnapped people. So yeah, from what I've read and heard, not many people seem to like this episode, mostly because it's Beth oriented. Many people want to know what happened to Beth, but it doesn't seem like people want a whole episode with Beth, which is kind of contradictory in belief when you think about it. You want to know what happened to Beth, yeah, you don't want to see what happened to Beth. It's weird. So yeah, but overall, so I actually fairly enjoyed the episode. The writing is pretty well done, so is the acting. I don't think Emily Kinney, or the character of Beth, is able to sustain an episode all on her own. But it's pretty decent. It is a good attempt, and it is pretty good, all over. It's pretty cool to see Beth trying to help the people she needs to help in order to survive in this world. And it seems that at this point she doesn't give a shit as to who she harms, as long as she could do right with the people she wants. So, overall, it's a pretty good episode. There's just this one part in the episode, more towards the end, where you have Beth and Noah, and they're shooting up zombies at the garage, of the hospital, just when they're escaping. They're like shooting. It's kind of flashing in and out of zombies and darkness. It's like zombie gets shot, then dark, and then another zombie gets shot. And it's just weird the way it's kind of directed or shown. It's just kind of weird, but it's pretty cool to see. It's weird but cool. So yeah, Noah escapes. So it kind of brings up the question: did Daryl find him? And then did Daryl find Noah? And then that's gonna lead up to the events for the mid-season final, maybe. Um. So yeah, I mean, I think for this season, this is the weakest episode, but it's not. It's like it's the weakest episode of the season, but it's still a pretty good episode for the show. Yeah, Beth isn't really a character that you want to see for a whole episode. I do agree, but it but in this case, it does make sense considering we do want to know what happened to her. Um, so again, contradictory beliefs, but yeah, whatever. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for this episode. I mean, any negatives? I mean, again, Beth isn't really a character you want to see for a whole episode, but in this case, it does kind of make sense. The acting is well done, the writing is well done. The other characters in the episode are pretty well done. The cop in the trailer, if you saw the end of the trailer for season 5, you saw this cop pistol whip Beth, and you see her in this episode. Her name is Dawn. So yeah, she's kind of the leader of this new group, which is interesting. Female-led group, a group of enemies or potential enemies to Rick's group because they have Beth and Carol. Carol. You have this group possibly led by the group is led by female, so there is that, but it's a potential enemy, which is pretty interesting. We've never actually seen a female-led group in the whole franchise, in the whole Walking Dead franchise. We've never actually seen a female-led group aside from Magna, which is a recent group in the comics. But aside from that, there's really not anything I can think of that's really female-led. Not really. Really? Yeah, yeah, not really. Not that I. Maybe in the video games, if you choose one of the alternative endings for season 2 for the Telltale games, maybe you could count that. But aside from that, I really can't think of any other group that's female led aside from Magnus group and now this new group in the hospital. I mean, overall, it's a pretty good episode, but I do understand as to why people wouldn't like this episode. Um, so yeah, hopefully we do get to see more Beth in the future. I think we will, and yeah, I do think that she is now starting to develop more character to her. We see more growth in her character, which is pretty good. And yeah, that's basically it for this review. Except the rate on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'd give this episode a 7 out of 10. Not the best episode in the show, in season 5, but it is a good episode for a show. It does make sense to do it a bit, and yeah, subscribe if not already subscribe. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. I review Z Nation, Walking Dead, Gotham, Arrow, Flash, Scorpion, Grace Point, Constantine, so definitely do stay tuned for that. Comment down below on your thoughts on this episode, what were your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below, let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer, and that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.